Hello guys, Miss Shockwave King back here once again with another video. Yes, you saw the title of the video. What would be the future of the Aoki Destroyer 5000? The jack of all trades, the unstoppable ninja man himself, the natural, the puppet, Shinobu Iga. Yes. Some other people mentioned the character, some other people might have talked about him, but it's an interesting, curious subject of where he'll go from now, because it's not one of those things where it leaves more of a question of what happened to him by Mishiba, of how the fight with Aoki turned out. That's pretty much the only thing that's like, what if this or what if that? Because like the destruction Mishiba gave him, that monstrous uppercut, he was just tearing. Did you see him flickers? It was like bullets. He was like a machine gun, just tearing into him. It was like he was lunch. It was like he was lunch, boys and girls. And it was just when Takamori said him and Marin would get his, the destruction was not supposed to be this monstrous. Mishima wasn't supposed to beat him that bad. That was sad. It was one of the best fights in the recent chapters. It was excellent. In the character development, the rise of champion Mishima. It's just, my God. We were supposed to be getting this much in one singular fight. Shinobu gets what was coming to him, but there's only one. We'll get into that one missing link, cause there's one missing thing though. There's one thing. But it's just, my God, it's just, those chapters were excellent. Just excellent. Fantastic. I was the good old days. But yeah, for the future Shinobu Iga, it's pretty much up in the air at this moment, because to me it leaves more questions of how would he actually even attempt to challenge Aoki. Because number one, Aoki, that's the thing, Kimura and Aoki were never bad boxers. They were never garbage fighters. It's the fact that there was never world-class or international fighters like Ippo were. Like Ippo were, so Itagaki could be. The reason I say could be because we don't know how Itagaki's future is going to turn out. He's still going to fight Ayami again if he wants to for the trilogy. But it depends on him. But yeah, they were never bad boxers. They're very good to a certain degree on a natural level, especially Aoki in the future years. But when it refers to Shinobu, and as I say, another thing we can't confirm is if Baron actually left him or not. Now, he wasn't there when he was walking out with his coach, but there's still a chance that he could have some investments in him, because he did get some advertising and stuff from him. He was trying to do this and that for him. So it wouldn't be unlike Baron to completely abandon him, but because like he was supposed to like get close to the world stage and this and that, but it's just I can't 100% say that Baron's gone. And the reason why is Baron is still a missing link. Sure, Shinobu got what was coming to him, alright? He got what was coming to him. It is what it is. But when it refers to Baron, he's still out there. And he hasn't got what he deserved, alright? And the surprising thing is that the great Takamori haven't gave him the business either. So it's just, we could have none of the situations where it was that short midget guy who was coaching Randy Boy Jr., that other guy Miata fought. We could have that type of scenario where Baron can get another fighter. Now, an interesting thing would be, before I talk about Shinobu, the wrap up this whole Baron competition, what if Baron is actually training a world-class heavyweight or a world-class super middleweight, and he is the reason why Takamura cannot get his championship fight in super middleweight? That would be some sick shit. If that was if that what was happening right now, Billy, it was the fact because of Baron that he wasn't able to get it, and then it's just like he could continue with Takamura's halfway beat up and catch Baron in the hallway just like so. Because it's not like Takamura is unknown for hitting people in the streets. But then again, you gotta question how Takamura has not been arrested. He's attacked people on the streets. He has sexually harassed a doctor in Dr. Yamaguchi. It's just the fact that Takamura is still on the streets is more concerning than anything else. You gotta wonder, how is he still on the streets? But who knows? But when it refers back to Shinobu, it's just like, we also gotta answer the question, how would Shinobu fight now? Because Baron was the main person through the gruesome training, was able to get him to where he was. He was just technically you could say he was like Kobashi 2.0 in a way. The reason why I say it is because he wasn't getting any knockouts, but he was winning. He wasn't a superstar, he was just a somebody. Not even a somebody, he was just another fighter. He was just somebody. This is like if your favorite fighter get a fight with somebody, he's that random name in between the next major fight. Next major fight that's you Shinobu Iga was, and turn him to a first round one hit KO puncher. Well, not one hit, but a first round KO puncher. But because like the thing is, if Aoki fights Shinobu now, would it even still be worth it to watch the fight? Because it's like, without Baron, it kind of loses significance in my opinion. But I don't know. It'd be up to you guys, because it's like the whole thing was Aoki gonna get back at Shinobu and get back at Baron. But if he's no longer in his corner, then it just be get back at Shinobu. And for calling Tomiko an ugly pig, Aoki was like, "What the fuck you just say? What you just say to my woman? What?" Besides from getting back at that, it'd be one half or something. It just Aoki would stick. Then again, that should be where Takamura shows up and take care of Bennett and finish him off. Cause the future of Shinobu is just now since he lost Marin or Baron, whatever you want to call him, I doubt he'll ever make it to the world stage anymore. That's not happening. Because like sometimes it does depend on what a fighter. It depends on what person is training him to a certain point. Like with Mike Tyson, Cus D'Amato, and how Cus D'Amato really affected Mike Tyson and really was like a strong father figure with him. But then when he lost him, it kind of turned into a tragedy. And you can even see that now to this date that Mike Tyson still cries over Cus D'Amato because that man meant that much to him. So it's just, I never met the man himself, so I don't know what he was like. But sometimes boxers and trainers do have that type of relationship. But that would be interesting. What if Baron gets beat up by Takamura, post whatever super middleweight Baron's training, so he's supposed to be some type of world-class fighter, and then we get the whole Shinobu and Aoki fight, because now Baron got nobody else to fight, and now Shinobu need to come back to the top, and Aoki, this could be his chance to become the Japanese lightweight champion. Alright, this could be his chance. Now there is a lot of wishful thinking here, right? If we got to me, this is just like another thing. If he was to fight Aoki without Baron, how would he fight? Because he won't be a KO puncher anymore. And then it's just like, since Aoki has increased since then, since he has gotten better, will it even be worth it if Shinobu's not even the same type of fighter he was? Now maybe Shinobu's coach could be like, yeah, we can get it back in there, yeah. But the fact that they actually thought, Baron's retarded, but the fact that he actually thought that plan would work, is concerning, because he's already been suspended twice, and it's just like, this is not the same Mishiba from yesteryear. This is finna be champion Mishiba, and he just, even a coach like early when he first fought Kimura, just like, you know, Mishiba, one of these days you realize you make it to the top of the world and realize it wasn't the world that changed, it was you. So like, you should have seen this coming eventually, but it's just like there was no plan B after that. Plan A, Mishiba was destroying that, because Mishiba already beat Ippo in sparring before. So any halfway cheap rip-off $2 peekaboo stance he could have had is already gone. So this is just like with Kimura, it's just like he got hit with the dragonfish blow, and now he's traumatized, so that's not gonna work. And the illegal blows, it's just, he kind of moved away from that. Ever since he fought that lightweight guy who was the Pacific champion, ever since he fought him, there's just the whole illegal blow thing don't really mean anything to him anymore. So it's just the fact that Baron thought that would work is concerning, but then again, it's just, then again, it's Baron. It's not like he was ever a good boxer, so it's just, But there are some interesting concepts there, because like, the thing is, I don't want Aoki to fight Shinobu and he's not even the same fighter anymore, because at that point it's not even worth it, because it's just, you're just beating up on a nobody at that point. He's not even the same fighter anymore. But with a messed up Baron and a Shinobu, that could be something. But it just, I don't think Shinobu's done yet. I don't think so. He's talking about beyond from the fight with Aoki. There gotta be like a few more plot details because we don't know his backstory. We don't know where he came from. All we know is he fought in May, and then he gave off the disturbing looking look. I don't know why that one particular panel. He's just disturbing. It should be on the screen now. Then after that, he shows up with the bangs. He dropped the Japan lightweight champion, and it's just like, are you serious, Billy? And then like he fight Mitsubishi, like Shinobu's one of those characters. He went from an alright looking character design and turning into a full out, all out savage. Look at them bangs, man. He's not even the same guy anymore. But then again, when it refers to Shinobu's nature, he's not really a cold-blooded individual, and he pretty much is the puppet for a reason. He's just without Baron, he wasn't really doing anything too much. And it all comes down to the coach himself. Was Shinobu's coach able to improve Shinobu, or just one of those things where it's just like, yeah. Cause if he never learned nothing from Baron teachings, then seeing that Shinobu fight would mean nothing to me, really. Cause it's just like, he's not even fighting the same guy. He's just, but if he did learn something from Baron, then we gotta fight here, boys and girls. Then we gotta fight. Cause then it just won't be like a halfway thrown together sloppy Shinobu, and he'll actually be a Shinobu that he used to be to a certain degree. Not 100% perfect, or not further advanced like Baron would have wanted it, but he'll be at least just as strong and a little bit better than he was when he first fought Aoki the first time. If that happens, I can accept that, because come on, just think about it, because it would still be Aoki approving, especially as to get out them hemorrhoids after getting his cheeks destroyed by Takamura. And no, not in that way. If you read the manga, you know what I'm talking about. Just 1,000 years of death. It's just, how could he even walk after that? Takamura was able to crack through three plates of concrete, and his fingers are fine. I say Aoki got away lucky with that. It was just him and having the hemorrhoids. So that's, my God. But yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen for Shinobu and Baron. A lot of ideas that can go back and forth. I really am curious on what George would do with these characters, because the Baron is still out there. Shinobu still has to eventually fight Aoki. That is one of those things where he still is Aoki's goal, pretty much. And Aoki still wants to fight him after Mitsubishi destroyed him. And Aoki was preying on his downfall anyway, so it's not like I definitely said. It all depends if George make the fight happen about the next like 50 chapters or so. I don't know how long it would be, and it has to be. It'll have to be, in my opinion, the Japanese Championship. It has to be. Aoki will finally get his chance to shine. All right, he will finally be able to join the other guys, which is messed up. That he got no problem in a certain way leaving Kimura behind. But it's just, it'll be excellent. Cause I do believe that at least Aoki become Japanese champion. But when it first to Kimura, his future is up in the air. No one knows. But Shinobu, I don't know what you guys think about his back. Oh, another thing, Shinobu's backstory. I mentioned it earlier, but it's just what do you guys think it could be? Because there's no way he's just another average Joe box. I don't think it's anything in depth or complicated. But like, what is his relationship with his mother and father? How did he get to the point where he was now? Because it seemed like it just kind of came out of nowhere to a certain degree, and it's just then Baron showed up and then Spiggly Blam. He's a savage now. He's a beast. He's a beast with his master Baron on his side. He's a beast now. So I still find that interesting. I still would. So just backstory with the backstory of Shinobu. I want to find out about that. Baron, what happened to him? And how would Shinobu be if he was to fight Aoki currently? Because I don't think the loss would affect him that much. Because this is like another thing. Baron taught him to fight without any emotions. Was it his emotions holding him back this entire time, or something else? That's another thing. Another aspect of Shinobu is just what did Baron meant by shutting down his emotions? Because like, I don't know if he mentioned before the Mitsubishi fight, but it's quite strange to come out of nowhere to be like, emotions off. I know he put Shinobu through some hardcore training, but what does shutting off his emotions do? Because he still feels pain. especially when he caught the uppercut from me, so just blah. Man, it's just too much. This was before, and Bear just like, get up now, and he just like, he came up like a zombie, better than Takei did against Ippo, and it's just like, Michi's just like, all right then, you want some more? Hit you the death sight the first time. You want more? All right then, I shank you, bouncy booty. And none of y'all would get that reference. None of y'all get that reference towards the end. But I want to know you guys' thoughts about how do you believe Shinobu's future return? Because this is an interesting topic, because it's just like we do have some things to develop. We do have some character aspects to go over. We still have things to do, Billy. All right. But how do you put it? It won't. It's funny because George said it won't take as much time. Well, I'll at least say 10 years, 10 to 5 years, in my personal opinion. 10 to 5 years, ever since George said it's like halfway through, which is like maybe like a few chapters ago. So I say somewhere between there. I don't believe we're in the final days of how this video is going. Then my channel's gonna die. But we are getting close. But we're not to that point where it's just like, yeah, we got a few more fight guys and it will be over. But yeah, been Booming Shockwave King. I have a Patreon for some reason. No one's gonna support that. I lost my mind, but it's just, if you want to see some more content on a more frequent basis, support the Patreon. If I want to have to go to my job and waste 10 hours out of my day to work somewhere which is extremely boring, and I do nothing all day, and I feel like a retarded zombie, and I'd rather have acid thrown on top of my brain than to work at that job. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. And what do you believe the future of Shinobu Iga will be? The Puppet Man, the Aoyoka Destroyer 5000, the lightweight, jack of all trades, the natural. The Be Booming Shockwave King enough. Peace.